A narrow defeat for AFC Telford United today. They've lost 1-0 at home to Brackley Town in Vanarama National League North. And I have Bucks manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin just said we sensed some frustration around that. You feel you were worth a point in that game at least?
Yeah, at least, yeah. I thought, other than really, after they scored, I thought we were putting into place our game plan really, really well. The players have shown a lot of discipline, a lot of patience, and then they caught us on the counter and scored what was a really good goal. But I felt like for probably those 15 minutes we really sulked, and it was a bit reminiscent of when we were so dominant against Farsley, and then it took the wind out of ourselves and we sulked somewhat. So, a message to the players to show a bit of resilience and be men. And all I wanted from them second half really was to go out and show them who they were, in terms of their true reflection of them as players. So, and they did that. I couldn't ask any more of them other than just to put the ball in the back of the net, and it comes down to fine margins. So yeah, deeply disappointed, of course, but ultimately it's this happens in football.
You're always going to be in for a tough contest against Brackley as well, don't you? They're very disciplined and they've got that quality that you're talking about.
Yeah, just so much hard work, so fit and so resolute. And again, talk about resilience. You can put them under the cosh and they find a way, and that's what good teams do. I'm a lot of respect for them and how they go about their business. Even their wingers will track back and put in tackles, and that's really commendable. We do have to give them a lot of praise. It was a tough test today, but I think that's why it makes it even better. Like our lads put in such a shift second half, and we're really on the front foot. And I've just spoken to their management team there, who just said that's the best that they've played for a long time. And I take that as a compliment. We raised their game. And all I asked of the lads half time was to go out and show me a true reflection of what they're about, and to stop sulking. And they really did. And like I say, it comes down to really fine margins. Like the referee gives a penalty for them. I didn't believe it was a penalty from my perspective. I thought it was a really good tackle. And then Aaron Williams is about to nod it in the goal, and their lad sort of quite a high foot. For me, could pushing the back could be a penalty. I would call it good defending personally, but they're both similar, so a bit of consistency would be nice. Then for their goal, the lads, it's a great header. He's going away from goal, and we get arguably an easier chance and don't bury it. From the middle of the goal. They're the fine margins. They're that's what's decided the game today. Not just that chance, but we had many chances, scrambles in the box, and it was nail biting stuff. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it over the line. So, being a winner and the players being winners, they're deeply disappointed, but we have to take a lot of positives out of that. We put in a brilliant performance against a very good side, and just haven't been able to get it over the line for what I thought could have been a win, but certainly I think we deserved a draw.
Were you tempted to change your approach today, based on you've had 4 games unbeaten going into this one with pretty much the same personnel? Was there any temptation to change?
No, not really. I felt like that it was probably more set up to play like that against Brackley than anyone else, and I thought the lads were really patient. I thought they were very disciplined, but again it was just that moment where they caught us on the counter attack, and the detail of our clearance wasn't good enough, and they got in and scored what was an exceptional goal. But again, that's where we then started to sulk a little bit, and things aren't going our way, and that is football, unfortunately. If we're going to sulk every time we concede a goal, it's going to be a long old season. So but then the response from half time was a bunch of men going out there and putting in a performance and doing everything that we asked of them, and we had a bit of a plan B as well, and changed it up and got on the front foot and really put them under a lot of pressure, I felt. And they did have good spells of the ball, but that's what it's about. We were patient, we didn't question ourselves, we didn't panic, and we stuck to it, and I felt as though if we'd have got a goal, maybe 2 today, we'd have certainly deserved it.
Sure. I'm guessing after a 5th game in 15 days, and we know it was the same for Brackley as well, there's probably some tired legs in there as well.
Yeah, one thing I will say about all the players on the pitch today, both teams, there's an extreme amount of fitness, a heavy pitch, both teams having played an awful lot of football. It was exceptional, and again, like I said, their management team have told me that that's the best that they've played, and I'll agree, having looked at their last 3 games. They moved the ball a lot better than they have done, and they got on the front foot, and I think that's something we have to deal with. Being AFC Telford United, we have to understand that we are perceived as being a big club, and people want to come here and they want to play in this lovely ground, and there's not just a bar around the pitch with a man and his dog watching. This is a proper ground, and people come here and relish the opportunity to play it. So it's difficult, and managers have told me that. But we have to stand up to the test. That's what it is to be a player at this club. You have to be able to cope with that, and many haven't. But you have to be able to. You have to be able to stand up to that expectation of what it is to be a player at this club. And you know, we should take that as a compliment. But you know, great game today for a neutral, but you know, really disappointed from us when really we should have some more points on the board.
Okay, so York City away next weekend. You've got a little bit more time to prepare for it, and a couple of training sessions this week, I would think.
Yeah, we'll have to look after the lads this week. Like I say, a lot of games in short succession, but you know, we go there we're full of confidence. Really, you know, 5 really positive performances. You know, an okay return in terms of, you know, before today an excellent return, but you know, after today an okay return in points. You know, we have to just start chalking them up again now, and there's no better test than going to York City.
Sure. And just a quick word, you've extended Arlen Birch's deal to the end of the season. Easy decision or easy thing to arrive at?
Relatively, yeah. You know, Arlen brings a lot of quality to the group in terms of his defensive abilities and getting forward as well. So yeah, he really fits into the way we play, and you know, he's got a bright future if he remains dedicated and wants to stick to it.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for your time, Gavin.
Cheers.
Thank you.